So, what did you accomplish today? Anything? I was a little busy. Got wood. Yeah, I do. You think it's overloaded a little bit? It ain't overloaded until that thing's dragging on the ground. Now, depending on how the winter goes, that's maybe a month and a half, depending on how cold it is, worth of wood. But it was a hell of a deal and well worth the effort, even though the effort isn't done. Most people who cut their own wood have at least a couple of screwed up stories about things that have happened or happened to other people while they were handling a chainsaw. I myself have never been injured by a saw, even though I cut without safety glasses. Sometimes I cut in tennis shoes, and I very rarely wear gloves. Because when you have hands like these, eventually gloves become redundant. Most people would be sidelined from a nick or two like that, or even bleeding. But these barely scratch the surface. When you spend your whole life working with your hands, that's just the way it is. But some people aren't so lucky. I know several people that have hurt themselves pretty badly with a chainsaw, and it usually goes like this. Oh, I didn't think that could happen. Or they try and blame it on someone else for distracting them while they were using the saw. But the truth of the matter is they got sliced open because they weren't paying attention. And it's just as simple as that. And those are lessons that we all have to learn on the road to hands like these, or we won't never get hands like these. And be it a chainsaw, behind the wheel of a car, or either side of a gun, they're all just tools. And when something stupid happens, we don't get to blame the tool. And we might as well blame who's at fault originally. Our own selves for not paying attention and doing something stupid. And yes, that even applies to the ballot box. Because if we do something just because it sounds good or someone else says it'll work and we get bit, it's our own damn fault. So we better be prepared to deal with the consequences of our actions. Because it's a little late to second guess yourself after you've had 150 stitches to sew the meat back together in your leg and another 100 to sew them up on the outside. Or worse yet, to be laying in the middle of the woods with no backup, with your femoral artery shooting 20 feet through the air, wondering just how long it's going to take to bleed out. Ain't that right, Mr. Helper? Hey, Mr. Helper. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. I had to do it all myself.